According to our space log, they're supposed to be friendly.
It only gets crazier from here. What's up, Vault Dwellers? So today, we're going to talk about robot dinosaurs who are falling in love, bodybuilders fighting space demons, and goblins turning people into plants so they can eat them like a garnish. We're also diving into a decade where a mad scientist rebuilds his girlfriend using parts from sex workers, ancient Egyptian cat spirits who possess teenagers in Texas, and where Jesse the Body Ventura fought evil space Jesus. So grab your Surge soda and your Dunkaroos, because these 13 movies are about to make you question everything you thought you knew about the 90s cinema.
You were warned.
I'd put that down if I were you, Mr. Ward. And don't.
In an era when Lovecraft adaptations usually meant cheap tentacles and questionable acting, Dan O'Bannon decided to go all in on body horror. We've got a suburban scientist trying to bring back his ancestors through chemistry that would make Walter White a bit nervous. The basement in this place looks like it would if you happen to let David Cronenberg design a petting zoo. And a practical effects team clearly had way too much fun creating mutations that look, I don't know, like someone tried to recreate human evolution using silly putty and raw hamburger.
Kill it! King Ghidorah!
I want you to forget everything you know about time travel paradoxes, because this movie, it throws logic straight out the window and replaces it with a three-headed dragon. We've got futuristic humans trying to erase Godzilla from history, only to end up creating him in the first place. And there's a character who starts as an android, becomes human, and then he has to watch Godzilla fight a cyborg version of King Ghidorah while piloting a time machine. It's like someone played Civilization, but with kaiju and, I don't know, like a broken pause button.
Mr. God.
You're the only one who's ever happy to see me.
Everyone is dead when they see you.
Take everything you love about Westerns. Throw in some Star Wars aesthetics. Add George Takei as what might be, the galaxy's least qualified doctor. And you've got Oblivion. I mean, this movie looks like someone raided a costume shop that was having an everything must go sale and just decided to film whatever walked out. So you've got cyborg bounty hunters in cowboy hats, alien saloon fighters, and more leather pants than a Bon Jovi concert.
All right, where's your spaceship?
What's a spaceship, and what are you?
I'm a carnivorous duck.
Before Mars attacks, these Martians were bungling their way through an invasion on Halloween night. The aliens look like someone described the concept as scary to a toddler and then built costumes based on the drawings. These might be the only invaders in cinema history who get distracted from world domination by a pizza delivery guy. The special effects budget apparently went entirely to the Martian costumes, leaving about $3.50 for the spaceship, which looks like it was assembled from discarded kitchen appliances. Not that I'm complaining.
Greetings, Green Brother.
Roger Corman saw Jurassic Park and said, I can do that for like $12. So instead of a theme park, we've got a mad scientist using genetically modified chickens, and he wants to impregnate women with the dinosaur eggs. The T-Rex looks like it was made from recycled garden hose and maybe leftover carpet samples, but it still manages to rack up a body count that would make Jason Voorhees pretty jealous. Meet our hero Tommy, the postal worker, who suddenly finds out he is Earth's chosen defender by a sassy teenage Tinkerbell. But wait, it gets better. His nemesis, a 185-foot tall, horned monster whose hobby is stomping through miniature cities like they're made of plastic and cardboard, which they absolutely are. So just watch in amazement as our postal worker saves the world from monster who apparently studied at the Stop and Roar School of Method Acting. It's like Going Postal meets Godzilla, but with special effects budgets that wouldn't cover a stamp.
Required to renew their vows every 100 Earth years. I've renewed my vows about 90 times now. That's right, I've been on the force for almost 10,000 years.
Jesse Ventura traded wrestling spandex for space armor in this cosmic cop movie. The anti-life equation sounds like something a middle schooler made up during math class, but it's actually the MacGuffin that drives the entire plot. Ventura delivers every line like he's still cutting a wrestling promo, while wearing an outfit that looks like someone described futuristic to a blind costume designer who only had access to sporting goods equipment. One of the best movie titles of the 90s features a medical school dropout who decides to rebuild his dead fiancée using parts from New York City sex workers. And somehow, that's not even the weirdest part of the movie. This film features exploding prostitutes, electric brain-powered operations, and a reanimated woman whose personality is a greatest hits compilation of her donor parts. The special effects team clearly out of blast. I mean, literally, treating the most memorable exploding body scenes like in Scanners.
Sisters must each find a human male, mate with him, and destroy him.
Nope, you didn't just have a stroke. That's the actual title. Ancient Egyptian cat spirits who possess teenage girls in Texas and turn them into cat-human hybrids looking for mates. The makeup effects consist primarily of Party City cat ears and what appears to be face paint applied in complete darkness. It's like someone took Cats, the musical, way too literally and decided to make it even more uncomfortable. This movie doesn't just break the law of physics. It puts him through a meat grinder. Our hero Riki, he punches through walls, people, and possibly the fabric of reality itself. The amount of fake blood used in this film, it could fill a swimming pool. Fatality. And the practical effects team, they seem to have been given the simple direction of just more gore. It's like someone watched every martial arts movie ever made and said, yeah, but what if we make people explode?
For God, screw was written on the side of the spaceship.
Screw? Interesting. Obviously a dirty acronym for some sort of radical group.
If the original Flesh Gordon was a cheeky spoof of sci-fi serials, this sequel is what happens when you let the class clown write a space opera. We've got our hero who's been kidnapped by cosmic cheerleaders who need his special powers to save their planet. The villain, Evil Presence, looks like someone raided a Halloween store and a sex shop simultaneously. The real comedy gold comes from this film's commitment to terrible puns and double entendres that would make Austin Powers blush.
Oh, behave.
The special effects team apparently consisted of just like one guy with a glue gun and unlimited access to an adult superstore. Yet somehow, between the intentionally awful costumes, the hilariously over-the-top performances, and dialogue that sounds like it was written by a 13-year-old who just learned about innuendos, it all works as a comedy. It's like they set out to make the dumbest movie possible, and they succeeded spectacularly.
Well, that's it. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I did all I could.
Before Fast and the Furious, Paul Walker's brain got transplanted into a robotic T-Rex. Just let that sink in for a second. The dinosaur looks like it was borrowed from a particularly underfunded mini golf course, yet we're supposed to believe it contains the consciousness of a teenage heartthrob. Denise Richards spends the entire movie acting opposite a mechanical dinosaur that has the expressive range of a toaster.
What did they want with him? What did Peter do to the goblins?
That's the point. Goblins don't need to justify their cruel acts.
The crown jewel of bizarre 90s cinema doesn't even feature any trolls. They're goblins. These vegetarian goblins turn people into plants before eating them, wearing masks that look like they were made during a kindergarten art class. The director spoke no English. The actors have never acted before, and the script reads like it was translated from English to Italian and back using a calculator. The result is pure, unfiltered cinematic chaos that makes the room look like Citizen Kane. These movies exist in that special place between so bad they're good and what the hell did I just watch? And if you've made it through this list and you still have your sanity, congratulations. Now go click that like button and tell me in the comments if you have some kind of weird love for these flicks. This is Dan. Just remind you that sometimes the best movies are the ones that make you absolutely insane. Keep it weird, folks.